Good morning, sir.
Before I begin,
Good morning, sir.
yeah, good morning. Before we continue with supply chain drivers, okay, so I would like to read a news from today's The Times of India. India can be player in global supply chain. Yeah, the heading of the news is India can be player in global supply chain. India can become a key India can become a key player in the global supply chain in the post-COVID era, but it has to carefully think through what its place would be and take control of its destiny in terms of critical items. Else, it could be left holding at the negative end of the whole supply chain. Former chairman and CEO of PepsiCo, Indra Nooyi, said on Thursday. Okay, so Indra Nooyi, the former chairman and CEO of PepsiCo. Okay, so she says there is an opportunity for India to emerge as one of the key player in global supply chain. Okay, but India has to play its game, okay, intelligently. Otherwise, it will end up nowhere. Interacting with Niti Aayog CEO Amitabh Kant in an event organized by e-commerce major Amazon, Nui also stressed on the need to revamp the education system in India, stating that all of the country's 1.3 billion people deserve the opportunity to have access to outstanding education and then participate in any way in its economic growth. Anytime when there is a major disruptive action like the pandemic, it gives countries, companies an opportunity to stop and think about how to reset for the future. Now, coming out of COVID-19, India has to really rethink what its place is going to be in global supply chain. Elaborating her point, Nui said, India has to identify what kind of manufacturing is it going to control, what kind of critical supplies is it going to manufacture for itself in the country. Okay, so what she says, India has to identify what kind of manufacturing is it going to control, what kind of critical supplies is it going to manufacture for itself in the country. One of the things that COVID has shown around the world is that if you don't control your destiny in critical items, okay, you could in fact be left holding at the negative end of the whole supply chain, she said, citing examples of non-availability of PPEs, vaccines, and critical drugs in many countries. Okay. So many of them are now beginning to say we have to rethink what we control in terms of critical components in terms of global supply chain. She added, if India were to approach this whole self-sufficiency in a very systematic, carefully thought through way, India could well be major center for supply of critical life-saving drugs, vaccines, PPE, ventilators, you name it. Critical components for today and tomorrow. And you can be innovative, low cost, high scale manufacturing country. Okay. So this is what she mentions. So during the pandemic, okay, so things have halted. So what she says, it gives an opportunity for companies to stop and think, okay, their strategy for the future. Okay. So she speaks about India, okay, that India can be a critical supplier of some components. Okay. So which can be a key supplier of these components to the other countries. Say for example, today if you consider China, okay, especially the electronics components, chips, okay, are majorly manufactured in Asian countries, including China. So that way she says India has to decide which components it has more efficiency compared to other components. And she has given some examples like, okay, life-saving drugs, yeah, life-saving, critical life-saving drugs, vaccines, PPE, ventilators. So such products, okay, so India can consider. So here, why a country cannot manufacture any product? Okay. Since some countries will have resources and expertise to manufacture certain products more efficiently, means cost effectively compared to other countries. Okay, say for example, America has more expertise and resources to manufacture, okay, computers, okay, more efficiently compared to European countries which have better resources to design and manufacture better cars. Okay, so international trade theory, if we have learned it, okay, so international trade theory, if we have learned it, it says a country should manufacture what it produces best at a lower cost than other countries, and a country should import, okay, what other countries can manufacture it better at a lower cost than itself. So according to international trade theory, America should import cars and export computers. That does not mean America should not manufacture cars. I hope you get the idea. Okay. So same way, if India has to become one of the key global supply chain player, okay, key player in the global supply chain. So Indra Nooyi, former chairman and CEO of PepsiCo, she says India has to focus on certain components where India is more efficient in manufacturing, okay, at a lower cost compared to other countries. Okay, so dear students, I kept telling you, okay, in semester one, okay, if you can collect the business news from different sources, okay, and read them, and if you can relate these news to different subjects, your ability to understand will be better, your knowledge of the subject will be much more deeper. So that is the value for money. Okay, so I would like to recall again. Okay, so Miss Indra Nooyi again, okay, speaks about, okay, Nooyi also stressed on the need to revamp the education system in India, stating that all of the country's 1.3 billion people deserve the opportunity to access to outstanding education and then participate in any way in its economic growth. So individual citizens are required to participate in economic growth of their respective countries. And that is possible by way of a quality education. Okay, but remember, whatever the system, okay, if the students are not ready to learn, no system can succeed. Okay, there is an old saying, you can take the horse to the water, but you cannot make the horse to drink the water. Okay, so I hope this is enough for today. So let's go ahead with our syllabus for 3 months, 7 months, and 10 months. Students, whether my sound was clear when I read the news?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so anything you want to comment on
Yes,
this?
sir.
Please comment. Anything you want to comment on the news? Yeah. Anything you want to comment? Anything you want to ask about the news I read and explained? Okay. So if you don't have anything to ask and say, so then let's focus again on syllabus. So 3 drivers we learned. Okay, so they are logistical drivers, facilities, inventory, and transportation. Okay. So what are these drivers? What role they play in competitive strategy of the company, and what role they play, how they influence responsiveness and efficiency of a supply chain. So now let us move on to the 3 cross-functional drivers which flow throughout the supply chain across any stages, across any driver. Okay, so among them, the first one is information. Okay, so facilities, for example, any demand forecasting. That is the information. Okay, that information is shared with the engineers in the production department, for example, inventory department, purchase department, okay, marketing department. Across the supply chain, that information is shared across the stages, across the then transportation, for example. Okay, when you book a when you order something on Amazon, the moment you receive information on order confirmation, then you receive a SMS on shipment of the goods, then you receive a SMS on, okay, that your product is out for delivery today, right? All that is information. Okay, it is happening through transportation. So that's why these are called as cross-functional drivers. They flow throughout the supply chain. So the first one among them is information. So first let us learn the role of information in supply chain. Okay, it is the connection between the various stages in the supply chain, allows coordination between stages. Distributor places an order with the manufacturer. That order itself is information. Okay, so earlier days they used to fax the orders, old method. Okay, a hard copy order they used to fax. Okay, now companies will have extranet. Okay, wherein the distributors are connected online and our distributor can place the order online using a desktop or a mobile phone app. Okay, so that is the information. Okay, so then manufacturer receives the information, that is the order, and he prepares the invoice and arranges for the shipment and delivery of the order. So without information, you can understand this process will not happen of buying and selling. Crucial to daily operation of each stage in supply chain. Okay, so as I mentioned, for example, production. Say if you go to Tata Motors or Varun Beverages, for example, so how many units of raw materials have to be released from the stores to the assembly line or production line? Okay, so that depends again upon how much production is scheduled for the day. So that is information. Okay, what level of inventory needs to be maintained? That is information. So information is crucial, and even in Amazon, for example, what order you place with the company is information. Okay, so that information is passed on to the nearest warehouse. It searches for the item which you have ordered. It makes the match with the order and the availability of the merchandise. Okay, then they prepare an invoice. They pack the product. They ship the invoice. They keep you updated every stage. So that is information. So without information, day-to-day operations are not possible. Okay, only thing the method of dissemination, flow of information has changed. Earlier it used to be oral or over the telephone, fax, etc. Now it happens through online, internet, through certain sophisticated softwares. Okay, information allows the supply chain to become more efficient and more responsive at the same time. Okay, so reduces the need for a trade-off. So the better information you have, okay, the more it will make your supply chain more efficient and more responsive at the same time, reducing the need for a trade-off. Okay, so it is so interesting. Okay, it is so intriguing. So let us see how. Say for example, if we talk about seasonal inventory, we learned, okay, in inventory decisions. So how much additional inventory a soft drink company should carry for the upcoming summer? So that is the question. If they carry low level of inventory carrying cost will be low, supply chain will be efficient. But there are chances that all the orders will not be fulfilled. The company may lose sales due to lower inventory. But if the company maintains a higher level of inventory, it has to incur higher inventory carrying cost. Okay. So then the supply chain will not be efficient, but it may be more responsive. So here we say the information, okay, makes the supply chain more efficient and more responsive at the same time. So reduces the need for that such a trade-off. So for example, you forget that what is written in the example, Dell or Walmart. Okay, so we'll consider this seasonal inventory of a soft drink company. So though the increase in demand during the summer is predictable, but remember, no forecasting is 100% accurate. I repeat, though the additional increase in the demand for soft drinks during the summer is predictable, but it is never 100% correct. No forecasting is 100% correct. Remember, there is always a variation of 5 plus or minus 5%, plus or minus 10%. Okay, it depends again due to other factors also like economic factors. Okay, availability of substitutes. Okay, economic, natural environment. Okay. Okay, say for all of a sudden it starts raining for a week in the middle of the summer, then demand will come down for soft drinks. So there are many other factors, but still, okay. So how much inventory, how much of that additional inventory the company need to maintain depends on sales forecasting. Okay, but as I mentioned that sales forecasting is not always accurate. There is always a deviation or variation of plus or minus 5 to 20%. Okay. So I'll give a small example. Let us say the company forecasts a demand of 100 units, 100 additional units, okay, in the summer. It is a simple example. 100 units are not sold of soft drinks in the summer. There are lakhs of units are sold. I'm giving a simple example so that you can understand. 100 units is the additional increase in demand for soft drinks in the coming summer. But that is a forecasted figure. Exactly 100 units will not be sold. It may be 70 units, 80 units, or it may be 120 or 130 units. So that is the reason why a company need to hold seasonal inventory. So if 100 is the forecasted demand, now the decision for the manager is whether to hold 130 units or 70 units. 130 unit is a high level of inventory. Supply chain will be responsive. All the orders will be met. But inventory carrying cost will be higher. Supply chain efficiency will come down. And if the company maintains low level of inventory, 70 units, okay, so inventory carrying cost will be lower, supply chain will be efficient, it will be low cost, but all orders will not be met, so company may lose sales. So how information can make the supply chain responsive as well as efficient in this case? So we are talking about a more accurate demand forecasting, a more accurate demand forecasting, that is also information. How a more accurate demand forecasting can be done? Okay, if the information is gathered, if the forecasting, the demand forecasting is made based on the point of sale data. You are retailing management students, okay, remember what is POS. Okay, the retail store where the soft drinks are purchased by the customers, that is called as the POS. If the company can make the demand forecasting based on the point of sale data, okay, the forecasting can be more accurate, okay, compared to the general forecasting. Okay, we learn some collaborative forecasting methods are there where the manufacturer, okay, develops a forecasting system where he gathers information from the point of sale or retailers and distributors and then makes a forecasting. So that accurate that sales forecasting will be more accurate. Okay, so that accurate may give you, let's say, for 90 units. The deviation will be hardly plus or minus 5. So the company may either hold, if the new forecasting figure says 90 units can be the additional increase in demand during the summer, so they can hold 85 to 95 units. Okay, so the supply chain will be low cost because the company is neither holding higher inventory nor they are holding too little inventory, more or less same inventory. Okay. Then what are the decisions taken with respect to information? So components of information decisions. Okay, so there are a couple of points here what the company need to consider: push versus pull. Okay, so I hope you can recall the push view of supply chain, where company manufactures the goods in advance of the orders. So company makes the products, most of the FMCG companies for that matter, what they do, soap, shampoo, toothpaste, car, two-wheeler, okay, most of the companies, they make the products and wait for the customer order. Okay. So then on what basis they make the product? Okay. How many units they manufacture depends on sales forecasting, which is information. Okay. Then a pull strategy. I gave the example of company of Boeing and Airbus. Okay, that manufacture world's largest aircraft manufacturing companies. Okay, so they don't manufacture and keep the aeroplanes in showroom, right? So they start manufacturing only on once the order is received. Okay, who places orders? Airline companies. Okay, like American Airlines, Southwest Airlines. Okay, Jetway, Jet Airlines, for example. Okay, and so on. Only when they receive the order. In that case, what level of inventory need to be managed? Then coordination and information sharing. Okay, so the company has to decide whether, okay, company as well as the different stages of the supply chain, like retailers, distributors, manufacturers, and suppliers of raw materials. Okay, they should decide should they coordinate with each other and share the inventory information with each other. For example, Dell shares inventory information related to all the computer peripherals with its suppliers, like Sony supplies monitors, Seagate supplies, okay, uh, hard disk, for example. Okay, then this company, Intel supplies microprocessors. So these are different suppliers of Dell. So Dell shares what is the level of inventory of each component or each computer peripheral with their suppliers. Okay. So these decisions are to be made whether to coordinate and share information in the supply chain. And forecasting and aggregate planning. Okay, so whether to include, okay, the remaining stages of the supply chain in forecasting, like as I mentioned in the previous case. Okay, whether to include the point of sale data, retailers, distributors, as well as the suppliers of raw materials while developing a forecasting. These all leads to information. So whether to include all the stages in these decisions, that is the decision in itself. Then what technologies the company should adopt in processing and disseminating information, like internet, ERPs, and enterprise resource planning systems, supply chain management softwares. Okay, it is a decision to make. Not all companies use high-end softwares. Okay, and there is another decision, like there are only two companies in the world that develop almost all type of softwares, all type of ERP softwares. Okay, one is global market leader is SAP SAP. SAP is name of the company, German company. Remember, they are the global market leader in ERP systems. And the second company in the world is Oracle. Okay, these two companies manufacture almost all softwares related to ERP systems. Okay, but there are different companies are there who are specialized in only certain type of software. For example, Salesforce.com. Salesforce.com. Okay, it is a part of the ERP software, but this company Salesforce.com, the specialist or global market leader only in Salesforce management software. Okay, so when you buy software from different companies, integration becomes difficult. How to integrate it? Softwares purchased from different companies, the common platform will be lacking, and these softwares may not be compatible. But if the company buys the softwares, different softwares from same company, these will be compatible. They can be easily integrated. Okay, so these are some decisions what a company need to consider related to information. Okay. Then how the decisions taken with respect to information are evaluated. So we are going to learn about now information related metrics. So frequency of update. Okay, identifies how frequently the forecast is updated. So please remember, once the forecasting is made, earlier they used to make it, many companies used to make the forecasting for once in a year, okay, to prepare the budget. Okay, but that forecasting is updated at a regular period of time. So how, at what period of, how many times in a year the forecasting is updated, we call it as frequency of update. Higher the frequency of update, the more accurate is the information related to forecasting. Okay, and if the more accurate the forecasting, more efficient as well as the more responsive the supply chain will be. That is how the information decisions are evaluated. Then forecast error. As I mentioned, no forecast is accurate, okay, or 100% accurate. There is always a deviation. So forecast error measures the difference between forecast and actual demand. So what are the deviation? Plus or minus 5%, 10%, 15%. Okay. Okay. The forecast error can be as high as 80%. Okay. You may not believe it. The forecast error can be as high as 80%. Okay. So that we'll study again. Okay. There are certain software that enable the company to forecast more accurately, collaborative forecasting and planning. Okay. We call it. So how certain illustrations and examples we have how many companies adopted those softwares and reduced the forecasting error. Remember, so all these what we are learning are practiced. And seasonal factors measures the extent to which average demand in a season is above or below the average in the year. So entire demand in the year divided by 12 months. So that will give average demand. So seasonal factors measures the extent to which average demand in a season is above or below the average. Say for example, software. Okay. So whatever it is, let us say 120 units are sold in a year. So divided by 12, so average demand is 10 units. Okay. So during the summer, if we say the demand increased to 15 units. Okay. So the increase in demand is 50%. And during monsoon, the demand decreased to, let us say, 8 units. Okay, it means the demand decreased by 20% in monsoon. So these are the seasonal factors which measure the extent to which the average demand in the season is above or below the average in the year. So these all happen because of the decisions that are taken with respect to information. So these metrics are used to evaluate whether the information decisions were producing the desired results or not. If not, the company reviews them and changes them. Okay. So any questions, students? That was all about information. So as I mentioned, this is the longest chapter in the syllabus. Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Anything you would like to add? Okay. I'll take the attendance now, then I'll continue. Nishad, Aditya,
Present, sir.
Aishwarya,
Present, sir.
Akshata,
Present, sir.
Akshay Pujari,
Absent, sir.
Akshay Kulkarni,
Present, sir.
Akshay Koradkeri,
Present, sir.
Ankita,
Present, sir.
Anusha,
Present, sir.
Apeksha,
Yes, sir.
Arpita, absent, Ashutosh,
Present, sir.
Ashwini,
Yes, sir.
Prasad,
Yes, sir.
Supriya,
Present,
sir. Divya, Gautam,
Present, sir.
Geeta,
Yes, sir.
Geetanjali. Geetanjali is present.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Then Guru Raj, Hanumant Rai,
Yes, sir.
Bhimaya,
Present, sir.
Kallaya,
Present, sir.
Karthik,
Yes, sir.
Manjur,
Yes, sir.
Manoj,
Yes, sir.
Meghna Kalburgi, Meghna Lokhande, Nagaratna,
Present, sir.
Nandan,
Present, sir.
Navya,
Yes, sir.
Nidhi,
Yes, sir.
Nikita,
Present, sir.
Pooja,
Yes, sir.
Pradeep,
Yes, sir.
Pramod,
Yes, sir.
Pranjali,
Present, sir.
Prashant,
Yes, sir.
Prema, Priya, Rahul,
Present, sir.
Ram,
Present, sir.
Rohit,
Yes, sir.
Varsha,
Present, sir.
Samuel, Sharan, Sharayu,
Present, sir.
Shilpa,
Yes, sir.
Shreya,
Present, sir.
Srinidhi,
Present, sir.
Shruti,
Present, sir.
Shweta Kokne,
Present, sir.
Shweta Kalkeri,
Present, sir.
Snehal,
Present, sir.
Suchitra,
Present, sir.
Sudarshan, Sudha, Suman,
Yes, sir.
Maru,
Present, sir.
Vaishnavi, Vishal,
Present, sir.
Sharadhi. Okay. Sharadhi present.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other students who skipped their attendance? So those who are there in the class, all give your attendance. Okay. 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 See, according to your academic calendar, I1 is scheduled on 20th April. So if it is held as per the schedule, then whatever I have covered till today will be there in the syllabus. Okay, that is still chapter number 3 till information driver. Okay, so for total 4, 3 logistical drivers plus 1 cross-functional driver, that is information. You heard me?
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because my next class will be only on Thursday, 2 classes in a week. Okay. Let us see then. Okay, let's go ahead with the next part. Sourcing. Okay, the 5th driver in the supply chain, or the second cross-functional driver. Okay, so sourcing, before we discuss, okay, so please try to understand, as we mentioned, okay, like one of the function in the supply chain is a transportation. Okay, this can be a good example to make you understand what is sourcing. So Walmart, as I mentioned, they have purchased their own fleet of trucks, and the function of transportation is performed in-house in the Walmart company. Whereas you consider KMF Dharwad, for example, or Varun Beverages Dharwad, for example, okay, they have outsourced the function of transportation to other transport companies, right? So that is what is sourcing. So the decisions on which functions or tasks should be performed in-house or by the company, and which functions or tasks should be outsourced to other companies. Okay. So a set of business processes are required to purchase goods and services in a supply chain. There are certain set of business processes required to purchase goods and services in a supply chain. Okay, and the company has to decide which tasks will be outsourced and which tasks will be performed within the firm. I hope you can understand. Okay, say Tata Motors Dharwad plant we have. Okay, so the seats are designed, manufactured by a company called Johnson Controls. Okay, so they also have a plant just the other side of the road. Okay, about, I think, about hardly 5 kilometer distance. Johnson Controls designs and manufactures seats for Tata Marco Polo. Okay, so that function they have outsourced. So that way, and other examples I have given. Okay, and assembly of the buses is performed in-house. Okay, then manufacturing of certain spare parts or components is outsourced. Okay, to companies like Spicer India. They also have a factory near our college, okay, on Kalhati Road. So supplier selection. So Spicer India is a supplier for Tata Marco Polo, for example. Johnson Control is a supplier for Tata Marco Polo, for example, as I mentioned. Okay, so this way, supplier selection, single versus multiple suppliers, and contract negotiation. These are the decision area for a company. Okay, so the criteria for supplier selection. So whether to give the contract to single supplier or to divide the contract into multiple orders and give it to multiple suppliers. Okay, and what should be negotiated? What are the major points to be negotiated in the contract, okay, between the supplier and the buyer. Okay, then sourcing decisions are crucial because they affect the level of efficiency and responsiveness in a supply chain. Okay, so I hope you can understand. Say when Tata Motors purchases tires from MRF, okay, batteries from Exide, definitely they affect the efficiency and responsiveness of a supply chain of Tata Motors. If the components are not available on time, if the components purchasing becomes expensive, the cost of production increases for Tata Motors as well. So Tata Motors has to either sacrifice the profit to maintain the same price and maintain the demand, or they have to increase the price to maintain the same level of profit, but which will affect demand. Okay, so this way sourcing decisions when you outsource, okay, or as well as when you decide to perform in-house, okay, they affect the level of efficiency and responsiveness of a supply chain. Okay, then the decision of making in-house or outsource decisions. Okay, so these decisions have to be made keeping in mind which decision will improve the efficiency and responsiveness of the supply chain. Okay, so say for example, if I'm talking about KMF Dharwad outsourcing the function of trucks, I think I will discuss that example in the next class. Okay, so we have less than a minute time. If you have anything to ask related to IA1, you can ask me. Otherwise, any other general question, we have a minute. No questions? Okay, so syllabus for IA1 is clear, right? Till information driver.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay, okay.
sir.
So happy weekend to all of you.
Thank you, sir. Wish you the same.
Yeah, thank you.
Sir,
Thank
attendance.
you.
Thank you, sir.
I will mark Sharon.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome.